हो के रुखसत जो चले घर से शाहे कर बो बला सुन के ये दौड़ी सकीना के ठहर जाओ जरा एक बार और मुझे गोद में ले लो बाबा बाबा सीने से सकीना को लगाते जाइए अब कहाँ होगी मुलाकात बताते जाइए तुझको अकबर की कसम गुलचा दहन का सदका एक बार और मुझे शान बच्ची का ये हाल परेशान देखा रोके फरमाया क्या हाल मेरी माँ है लका जोड़ कर नन्हे से हाथों को सकीना ने कहा एक बार और मुझे गोद में ले लो बाबा अब न प्यासी हूँ न पानी की ज़रूरत है मुझे कोई हाजत नहीं बस इतनी सी हसरत है मुझे देख लूँ आज मैं जी भर के तुम्हारा चेहरा एक बार और मुझे सोचती हूँ के तमाचे कोई मारे ना मेरे गोशवारे कोई कानों से उतारे ना मेरे वहम आते हैं मेरे दिल में ना जाने क्या क्या एक बार और मुझे गोद में ले लो बाबा। Salawat.
Salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Thank you, Brother Khamis, for that heart-wrenching musibah. Before we continue, once again, I would like to address to this group of people who are towards my right, that if you guys can stand up and fill the pockets of spaces towards my left, so it'd be much easier for those brothers who are coming in later. We don't want to be blocking the entrance, so if you guys could just stand up and fill in the pockets of spaces to my left. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. I'd now like to pass it on to Brother Dawud Jafri, who will be explaining what he will be doing tonight. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Assalamu alaikum, dear brothers and sisters. Tonight, we commemorate the martyrdom of Hazrat Abbas alayhi salam. Tonight, we want to transport you, your imaginations, back into the lands of Karbala and narrate for you the incident of Hazrat Abbas. We want all young people here to try and put yourself in the shoes of the young kids of the camps of Imam al-Hussein. For all the elders, we want you to try and visualize what took place on the day of Ashura and the tragedy that befell Hazrat Abbas. So we'll be narrating the story of the death of Hazrat Abbas. Please, as I said, try and imagine it. Try and take yourself there and do your best to put yourself in the shoes of those that were there.
It is said that before a man's death, all the past events of his life pass before his mind's eyes in a flashback. In his last moments, Abbas was experiencing this. He was seeing himself as a child in Medina following Hussein with a devotion which was considered unique, even for a brother. He was seeing the events of that hot and sultry day in Kufa when his illustrious father Ali was addressing a congregation in the mosque, and he, as a child with his characteristic devotion, was looking at the face of his beloved brother, watching him intently so that he could attend to his wishes on an instant command. Seeing from the parched lips of Hussein that he was feeling extremely thirsty, how he had darted out from the mosque and returned with a tumbler full of cool, refreshing water, and in the hurry to carry the water as quickly as possible to quench the consuming thirst of his dearest brother. How he had spilled water on his own clothes. He was recalling how this incident had made his illustrious father, Ali, stop in the midst of his speech with tears rolling down his cheeks at the sight of his young son, all wet with water. He was remembering his father's reply to the queries from his faithful followers as to what had brought tears in his eyes.
Abbas, who has wetted his body with water, in the process of quenching Hussein's thirst, would in the distant future wet his body with his own blood in attempting to quench the thirst of his young children.
He was vividly seeing the scenes on the 21st of Ramzan, way back in 40 Hijrah, when his father was mortally wounded. He was lying on his deathbed and trusting his children in all dependence to the care of his eldest brother Hassan, all except him. Seeing that his father had commended all but him to the care of Hassan, how he, as a child of 12, had burst out into uncontrollable tears. His father, on hearing him sobbing, had called him to his side and given his hand in Hussein's hand with the words,
Hussein, this child I am entrusting to you. He will represent me on the day of your supreme sacrifice and lay down his life in defending you and your dear ones, much as I would have done if alive on that day.
How his father had turned to him and affectionately told him,
Abbas, my dear child, I know your unbounded love for Hussein, though you are too young to be told about it. When that day dawns, consider no sacrifice too great for Hussein and his children.
He was now reliving the events of the night before. He was seeing Shimr stealthily coming to him, talking to him about his ties of relationship, about the protection he had been promised for Abbas by the commander of Yazid's forces, only if he would leave Hussein and go over to Yazid's camp, about the promises of riches, the promises of rewards that he would get, how he had spurned the suggestion of Shimr with the utmost disdain, to be the chagrin of that servile minion who had sold his soul for a mess of pottage. How he had scared away that coward by his scathing rage, saying,
You worshippers of Mamun, do not think that Abbas will be lured by your tempting offer of power and pelf. If I die defending my master Hussein, I shall consider myself the luckiest person. O coward, remember that valiants die but once. Nobody is born to live eternally. By betraying my master, you have betrayed the Prophet, whose religion you profess to follow. On the day of judgment, you will be doomed to eternal perdition. I am ashamed to own any relationship with you. Had it not been for the fact that you have come here unarmed, I would have given you the chastisement you deserve for your impudence in asking me to become a turncoat.
how that wretch scampered from there, seeing him roaring like an enraged lion. The thought of that unpleasant interlude contracted his brows. Or was it the excruciating pain he was suffering on account of the deep gashes? The deep gashes he had all over his body. Yet another scene passed before Abbas's eyes. It was Sakina. It was Sakina leading 42 children, each with a dry water bag. The children were shouting. They were shouting as if in chorus.
Thirst. Consuming thirst. It's killing us.
Sakina coming to him, putting her dry water bag at his feet and saying to him,
Oh, uncle, my dear uncle, I know you will do something to get water for us. Even if you can bring us just one full bag of water, we can wet our parched throats.
He could see that the thirst, aggravated by the scorching heat of the desert, was squeezing their young lives out of them. The sight of these youngsters had moved him more than any other day, any other soul-stirring events. How he picked up that water bag with assurance to Sakina that he would go and bring water. How he had taken Hussein's permission and marched out the camp with a sword in one hand, the flag in the other, the bag on his shoulder, with the children behind him following him in a group to the outer perimeter of the camp. How Hussein had repeatedly requested him to avoid fighting as much as possible and confine himself to the task of bringing water. His thoughts switched over to the events that preceded his fall from the horse. With the object of procuring waters for his dear little Sakina, he charged on the enemy who held the riverbanks. He ran through the enemies like a knife runs through butter. Again, the surging onslaught. The cowards could not stand. They ran like helter-skelter, shouting for protection. For a moment, it seemed as if Ali, the Lion of God, had descended from the heavens. In no time, Abbas was near the rivulets. He had jumped down from his horse. He bent to fill the water bag. When it was filled to the brim, he had taken some water in his hand to drink, to satisfy his killing thirst. However, on second thoughts, he threw the water away. How could he drink? How could he drink water when Sakina and the children were still withering without it? How could he be so callous as to forget that his master Hussein had not a drop of water since the last 3 days? When arrows were coming from all sides, Abbas only had one thought in his mind. How does he protect the water bag than his life? Seeing that Abbas was preoccupied with this thought, one foe came out, hidden behind the sand dune, rushed out. He dealt a blow on his right hand. He cut it off. In a flash, he transferred the sword to his left hand. The standard was bearing hooked to his chest. Now that the Lion of Ali was crippled, the foes found courage to surround him. A blow from the enemy's sword severed his left arm. The odds were mounting against him. He held the bag with his teeth. He protected the flag with his chest. He pressed the flag onto the horse's back. Now all that was on his mind was to reach the camp somehow or the other. A prayer came from his lips.
Merciful Allah, spare me long enough to fulfill my mission.
But that was not to be. An arrow pierced the water bag. Water started gushing out of it. Was it water, or was it the hopes of Abbas flowing out of that bag? Another tyrant came near him. He struck a mortal blow with an iron mace. He reeled over. He fell from his horse. He felt that life was ebbing fast, but his wish was to see his master. And that wish so far had remained unfulfilled. With one last effort, with all the strength that was left in him, he shouted,
Oh, my master, do come to me before I die.
as if in answer to his prayers. He felt the footsteps near him. Yet instinct told him that it was his Lord. He had one eye blinded by an arrow, the other filled with blood, so he could not see. But he felt his master kneeling down beside him. He lifted his head and took it to his lap. A word was not said for a few seconds. Both were choked with emotion. At last he heard Hussein's voice, a half sob, a half muffled cry. Oh Abbas, my brother, what have they done to you? If Abbas could see, would he have recognized his master? His back bent, his beard turned white. On hearing the cry of his brother, Hussein's plight was such that nobody could have recognized him. Such was his transformation. Abbas was now feeling the loving touch of his master's hand. With effort, he said,
You have come at last, my master. I thought I was not destined to have a last farewell with you, but thank God you are here.
With these words, he put his head on the sand. Tenderly Hussein lifted his head. He put it again on his lap. He asked, why have you removed it from there?
My master, the thought that when you will be breathing your last, nobody will be there to put your head in a lap and to comfort you. It makes me feel that if it would be, it is too much for me to put my head on your lap.
Hussein burst into uncontrollable tears. The sight of his brother, whose name had become a byword for devotion and unflinching faithfulness, he laying down his dear life in his arms, was heartrending. Abbas whispered softly,
My master, I have some last wishes to express. When I was born, I had my first look at your face, and it is my last desire that when I die, my gaze be on it too. My one eye is pierced by an arrow, and the other is filled with blood. If you will clear the blood from my one eye, I'll be able to see you and fulfill my last dying desire. My second wish is that when I die, you may not carry my body to the camp. I had promised to bring water to Sakina, and since I have failed in my attempt to bring her water, I cannot face her even in death. Besides, I know that the blows that you have received since the morning have all but crushed you. And carrying my body to the camp will be heartbreaking work for you. And my third wish is that Sakina may not be brought here to see my plight. I know with what love and affection she was devoted to me. The sight of my dead body lying here will kill her.
Oh Abbas, I too have a wish to be fulfilled. Since childhood you have always called me master. For once, dear brother, for once at least call me brother with your dying breath.
the blood was cleared from the eye. One brother looked at the other with a long, lingering look. Abbas was heard to whisper,
My brother, my brother.
and with these words he surrendered his soul to his maker. Hussein fell unconscious on the dead body of Abbas with a cry,
Oh Habibi, ya Abbas, who is left to protect me? Who is left to protect Sakina after you? صلى على محمد وآل محمد.
Before we continue, could I request that, as you can see, the entrance is fully blocked and we have to facilitate for everyone. So could the brothers, your last push, just stand up and shift to your left so that we can facilitate. There's pockets of spaces to my left, so please do fill them in. Brothers, if there is no space, then feel free to use the stage because we want to maintain segregation as well. And if you want, you can use the stage as well.
Can I get all the kids to stand up? Can all the kids stand up? We've got loads of space next to the member. So can all the children stand up? Take a seat here. Yeah, come on. All the children. The kids can come on all the children onto the stage here, please.
Salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Could everyone please recite a Surah Fatiha for the blessed soul of the Hamdani family and all marhumeen, especially those who have no one to pray for them. Just a couple of announcements before we start. So the Ashura will be on Tuesday, and inshallah the majlis will take place here. But for further details, you guys will have to wait. But the plan is that it will happen here, inshallah. And we are very fortunate, alhamdulillah, that today is the night of Hazrat Abbas, and we've managed to get hold of the flag that was on the zari of Hazrat Abbas. So we will bring that out during Matam. Please do not hold back. This is the flag. This is the night where your du'as are accepted. So please do grab the flag and make your du'as. Also, just another announcement, on Monday, inshallah, at 12 a.m., we will have the midnight majalis, and further details, the poster is up, messages are being sent out, so if you could just refer to them for further details. Finally, as you know, it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of funds to set up a majalis series like this. So we are £3,000 short, just one final push, inshallah, and we can reach our target. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. We are very fortunate to host Dr. Sayyid Qazwini from the United States, and inshallah tonight would be his 7th night. So if you guys could please welcome him with the loudest of your salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad.
This one is use your muscles. Assalamu alaikum jami'an wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. والصلاة والسلام على أنبياء الله جميعا وعلى سيدهم وخاتمهم حبيب إله العالمين أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين الذين أذهب الله عنهم الرجس وطهرهم تطهيرا. السلام أبا عبد الله وعلى الأرواح التي حلت بفنائك وأناخت برحلك، عليكم مني جميعا سلام الله أبدا ما بقيت وبقي الليل والنهار، ولا جعله الله آخر العهد مني لزيارتكم. السلام على الحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين جميعا ورحمة الله وبركاته. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والذين يقولون ربنا هب لنا من أزواجنا وذرياتنا قرة أعين واجعلنا للمتقين إماما أولئك يجزون الغرفة بما صبروا ويلقون فيها تحية وسلاما خالدين فيها حسنت مستقرا ومقاما صدق الله العلي العظيم. We are in this life for a number of days, only a number of days. Imam Ali alayhi salam says, إنما أنت عدد أيام. You have been composed of a number of days, not weeks or months or years. فكل يوم يمضي فيك يمضي ببعضك. Each day that passes by, it dissembles part of you, takes part of you away. And we are moving to our final destination, my friends, without exception. You can avoid anything in this life, but you cannot avoid death. Death, our final destination. Death represents our graduation from this dunya. We have to graduate. And therefore, we have to have a peace of mind in this life. This life is only a few days, no more. So we have to seek to establish a stable, productive, happy life. And a happy life without a happy family is a kind of wishful thinking. Without a peaceful family, without a stable family, productive family, cohesive family, you cannot have a happy life. Your life is going to be disturbed. My friends, our families are our base. Our families are our origin. Our families represent safe haven for us. They are our safe haven. And there is no replacement for the family. And therefore, tonight I'd like to share with my dear ones. You are my extended family here in Manchester. I'd like to share with you some of my humble experiences about marriage and marital life and what things you should look for in your future partner. This is the first part of my introduction. The second part, if you are married, how to make your marriage more happier, more stable, more productive. So what things we should look for? If you are contemplating on getting married, remember these points, please. Number one, before you look at the individual himself or herself, look at the family itself. Look at the environment where he or her are growing in. Their environment, their family. Because Allah says in the Quran, وَالْبَلَدُ الطَّيِّبُ يخرج نباته بإذن ربه والذي خبث لا يخرج إلا نكدا. A pure environment is going to produce pure people, pure children, pure individuals. A wicked environment, do not expect it to produce good. لا يخرج إلا نكدا. A wicked environment, wicked soil, wicked society is going to produce wickedness. Maybe there are some exceptions. يخرج الحي من الميت ويخرج الميت من الحي. Maybe there are some few exceptions here and there, but the norm is the healthy environment, the pure environment is going to produce purity and goodness. So look for the environment. Because we are the products of our parents. We inherit their characters, their traits, their manners. We learn from them. Our parents not only pass down the DNA, the physical traits down the generations, but also they pass down and they transfer the moral and ethical traits to their children and grandchildren. So you have to search for a family that inculcates in the spirit, in the mind, in the hearts of their children, moral values, human values. Don't rush. When it comes to marriage, take your time. Number one, search for the family. Because the father and the mother and the siblings too have a big influence on their families. We learn from our parents. You can't escape. So number one, look. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, look. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala Muhammad. Look for noble families. And they are in your backyard. You can find them. You can find them. Look for good families. فَإِنَّ الْعِرْقَ دَسَّاسِ. He says sometimes you are blown away by the attraction and the beauty of a person. But then you come to the family is contaminated. The family is not healthy. And they're going to affect the manners of their son or their daughter. You have to be careful. Family is number one. Search for families. Families with good legacies. Families that have been known for their akhlaq, for their piety. And then you come to the second. Zoom in on the individual, himself or herself. After searching for the family, now you have to search for the individual in that family. Take your time. We cannot expect people to know each other today and they get married tomorrow. That used to happen in the past, 50 years from now, but not now anymore. Because sometimes you don't know the people. Sometimes people, they are pretentious. They pretend to be good, especially from the first encounter, first look, and then you don't do your research, you don't do your homework, then you start regretting. So don't be taken away by the attraction of the people. Do not be taken away by their wealth, by their name. You have to examine those individuals. Take your time to study the psyche, the personality, the character of your future partner. Take time. Study them. You have to meet each other. Parents have to allow their children to meet each other. Maybe inside the house, maybe outside, in a place which is safe, especially for those who are serious about marriage, for those who fear God. Allow them to converse, to interview each other, to speak to each other. You have to discover yourself. Don't ask your mother. Arranged marriages are not working anymore. There used to be good in the past because we trusted our parents. We trusted their choice. But nowadays, you have different choices. Nowadays, we have generation gap. The parents, they want something, and the children, they want something else. And my advice to you, do not get married to make your parents happy. Get married to make God happy. This is your life, your future. Don't say because my mother is insisting me, because I have my first cousin in Karachi waiting for me. Don't say this. Your first cousin, God will send her someone, inshallah. She would not be left out. And I am against this business of importing, exporting spouses. Stop this business. No export, import. You have to get married from your community here. Here. There are good families. There are noble people here. Why do you have to travel thousands of miles? You have a duty of getting married here. Here, this is your country. This is your home. This is your extended family. You have to support each other. If the boys want to go overseas to find spouses for themselves, who's going to marry their sisters? Whose? Tell me. You leave them for strangers? You have to take care of them. Therefore, We have to examine the individuals, examine their character. You know, I've seen people who are very rich and very attractive. They get married this year, following year they come for divorce. They file for divorce. They come to me in the office. The wife is very attractive. The husband is very handsome and rich. They have money, they have a mansion, but they don't get along. Why? Because the characters are not compatible. The characters are not compatible. And here I remember what the Prophet ﷺ says. من تزوج امرأة لمالها وجمالها لم ير الحسنى. If you marry a lady just because she is physically attractive, for only that reason, you are not going to enjoy her. You are not going to enjoy your marriage. You are going to regret it. If you marry a man just because he's wealthy, only because of his bank account, not because he has sound character, not because he is pious, you are not going to enjoy that marriage. The Prophet says, and I've seen this in our life. I've seen sometimes they put the mahar, the dowry, $2 million. $2 million. He's willing to give her $2 million. But then she comes back to me, she tells me he doesn't give me food, let alone $2 million. I tell her, blame yourself. Because you married his money. You did not marry this man, his character. You are attracted to his bank account. Or if you are a male, you are attracted to her physical beauty, not inner beauty. This is why you fail and regret. You cannot spend your time with a person who's a liar, who's an illusionist, who's greedy, who's dishonest. You can't enjoy your life. Your marriage is going to end up in divorce, in separation. So be careful, my friends. Be careful. Choose a person with character. The Prophet makes it very easy for us, but we don't pay attention to these. The Prophet made it very simple, very easy, straightforward, right to the point. إِذَا جَاءَكُم مَّن تَرْضَوْنَ دِينَهُ وَخُلُقَهُ. When a person comes forward, be it male or female, who has these two elements, deen, and I'm going to move to the third point. What type of deen? Deenahu, his or her faith, وَخُلُقَهُ, the manner. فَزَوِّجُوهُ, accept. Don't put obstacles. Don't say the color is different, the nationality is different, the villages are different, the families are different. Don't say this. We need true religion, genuine religion, and we need genuine manners. These things are important. So examine someone who is asking for your hand before you regret. And when you go and ask for the hand of a lady, examine her. Spend some time discovering each other. Discovering each other. Discovering the good qualities in each other. Discovering the humanity in each other. Discovering ethical, moral values in each other. Some people, they look human, but they do not carry human spirit. They don't have a human values. They have animalistic, material values. All what they understand, all what they care about in this life is money. Is not a humanity. So don't waste your time with such partner. Your time is precious. Every day counts. Every day in your time, in your life counts. Don't waste it with someone who does not deserve you. Be careful. Be very careful. You have to do your homework. You have to investigate. Not only asking about their parents. Sometimes you go to a family and ask about their son. Of course, the mother is going to tell you that he's a saint descended by parachute from paradise. Definitely. She's not going to tell you the fact about her son or her daughter. But don't ask the parents, okay? Ask their friends since their childhood. Ask them. You were with him at the school, the university. You traveled with him. You shared the housing, the room with him at the school. How was he? Is he a good person? Can I give my daughter to him? My daughter, I raised the daughter. I invested my life to raise my son, my daughter. Can I pass it to someone? Is he reliable? Is he trustworthy? Is he honest or not? You have to make sure before you say yes. Before you say yes, you have a responsibility, my friends. Big responsibility. Be careful. Open your eyes. From now on, take marriage serious. Don't make it very difficult. Don't make it difficult. Don't get me wrong. Don't put obstacles. Remove the obstacles, but be wise. Open your eyes. Don't be naive. Don't be blown away by material things around you. Don't do that. Put your trust in God. God has a powerful verse in the Quran. God says, if your future husband does not have job, does not have money, does not have a fancy car, does not have an apartment, a house, I will provide you. Don't worry. إن يكونوا فقراء. This is in the Quran. وأنكحوا الأيام منكم والصالحين من عبادكم وإمائكم. Facilitate, make easy the marriage of the single ones among you. إن يكونوا, if they are poor, don't worry about them. يغنيهم الله من فضله. God is going to enrich them and sustain them out of His bounties. Don't worry if He doesn't have. Many people were poor in the beginning. They didn't have anything. They didn't have food to eat. But if they are serious people, hardworking, God will enrich them. Don't look at the bank account in the beginning. And we come to the third point. Third point is religion. Being religious. But what sort of religion, my friends? Today we have two types of religions. One religion is real, authentic. The person fears God, has reverence and fear of God in his or her heart. They don't break the law. They don't violate Islamic principles. They are humans. They have a very alive conscience inside them. They know what is good and what is bad. They are not ready to abuse anyone. They are honest. Imam al-Sadiq alayhi salatu wassalam says, there are some people. Do you know who is the worst in the eyes of God? The worst, he says. He says the worst in the eyes of God is the one who pretends, who claims to follow the tradition of Imam, but he does not follow the behavior of that Imam. He claims to be Muslim. He claims to be religious. He claims to be this and that, but he doesn't follow the behavior of our Imams. This is the worst person in the eyes of God. And we have another type of religion, my friends, who is artificial and superficial, counterfeit, not genuine, counterfeit. What does that mean? It means maybe sometimes they pray, they fast, they go to Hajj, they go to Ziyarah, they go to the Islamic center, the mosque. But when it comes to honesty, they are not honest. When it comes to speaking the truth, they don't speak the truth. I mentioned the hadith of Amir al-Mu'mineen a couple of nights ago. عليه الصلاة والسلام. لا يذوق أحدكم حلاوة الإيمان حتى يؤثر الصدق حيث يضره على الكذب حيث ينفعه. You cannot taste the sweetness of faith and iman unless you abandon lying. Though lying is going to benefit you, lucrative, you're going to make money, you're going to pass the test, you're going to pass the interview, you're going to get the job. But you said, no, I have principles. I can't lie. Even if I'm making a profit, I'm not going to lie. This is iman. Imam al-Sadiq says, وَلَكِنْ اخْتَبِرُوهُمْ بِصِدْقِ الْحَدِيثِ وَأَدَاءِ الْأَمَانَةِ. صدق الحديث. Test people with two things. If you want to test them, don't tell me he's praying 5 times a day. He's fasting Ramadan. Millions of people, they pray 5 times a day. but then they violate the tenets of religion. Yazid ibn Muawiyah, Umar ibn Sa'd on the day of Ashura, he led the Jama'ah prayers before he murdered Imam Hussein. Do you know that? Once he finished the Asr prayers, he started his attack, his assault on the camp of Imam Hussein. Immediately after the prayers. He used to pray and he used to fast, but artificial. Some prayers, my friends, I call them not spiritual, mechanical. Mechanical. I have to do it. I have to get it off my chest. It's a burden on me. I have to stand and pray. Not because I love to pray, because I have to pray. This is the difference. When you have to pray, you are forced to pray, your prayers has no meaning. Not only it doesn't have any meaning, it is counterproductive too. But when you need to pray inside you, something says you are hungry, you have to stand before God. Because you cannot survive without it. You cannot find your way without it. This is the real prayers. This is the spiritual prayers. When you have the spirit of a humility when you stand before God. قَدْ أَفْلَحَ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ الَّذِينَ هُمْ فِي صَلَاتِهِمْ خَاشِعُونَ. Spirit of a humility. Then the prayers is going to be fruitful, productive. It's going to support you and help you out. But some people, they pray mechanically. Imam Ali one day, Imam Ali alayhi salatu wassalam. One day came inside the mosque and he saw a man very fast in his prayers. Very fast, 120 miles per hour. And then he was not really standing, he was moving all the time. Imam Ali said, أَمَا لَوْ خَشِعَ قَلْبُهُ لَخَشِعَتْ جَوَارِحُهُ. If this man has khushu', humility in his heart, then his limbs would be humble too. But the heart is somewhere else. Sometimes we stand before God, but the heart and the mind is somewhere else. So my friends, I always say, the religious person is not only religious inside the mosque, he has to be religious in the marketplace, in his family, in the street, in the community. Because religion is not confined in the church, in the mosque, in the Imam Bargah. Religion is in the entire society. So when you find him to be committed and practicing and fearing God in the marketplace, then this is real faith, real religion. But if he's only religious in the masjid, but outside he can cheat, he steals, he's dishonest, he's not reliable, then this is not religion. This is a mechanical religion. Some people come to me at the time of divorce and they say, the man who asked for my hand, I met him in the mosque. He used to go for ziyarah and hajj. But look what he did to me. I say, because you were delusioned. You were deceived. You thought that religion is confined only in prayers and fasting. Prayers and fasting are not religion, my friends. Listen to me carefully. Prayers and fasting are pathway to religion. Means, not the end. There is a big difference being means and being the end. Salat and siyam, prayers and fasting are means to get you to the end. So if they are genuine, they will get you to the end. If they are not genuine, you got to nowhere. You fail. So be careful. We have two types of religion. Many people today, they claim they are religious. The other day, I was in one of the states. Someone said to me, a nobleman, he said, I used to give loans to people around me. This one wants $1,000. The other wants $5,000. This one, his car broke down. He needs help. This one needs medication. I would give it. Now I stopped. I said, why did you stop? He said, because two people from my own community, my own mosque, where I go and worship, they took loan. They are not giving it back. Not from the beach, not from the casino. From the mosque. Where is Islam here? Is this Islam? You know what Imam Hussein said to his companions? Imam Hussein stood on the eve of Ashura and he said, Ashabi, my companions, my friends, whoever has a debt, a loan, should not fight with us tomorrow on the day of Ashura. Go back, give back your loan. You are not allowed to fight with me, to stand with me. This is the religion. Religion is about honesty. Religion is about huquq nas. Not just huququllah, huquq nas. The rights of people, the rights of neighbors, the rights of your family, the rights of the co-workers. You have to uphold these rights. This is religion. أَرَأَيْتَ الَّذِي يُكَذِّبُ بِالدِّينِ. God says, have you seen the one who rejects religion? How does he reject religion? أَرَأَيْتَ الَّذِي يُكَذِّبُ بِالدِّينِ. And then immediately what does he say? Do you remember the verse? فَذَلِكَ الَّذِي يَدُعُّ الْيَتِيمِ. Repels the orphans. He rejects religion. He's not taking care of, the social need in his society. Not taking care of the poor, the needy, the orphans. He's rejecting religion. He's not religious. وَلَا يَحُضُّ عَلَى طَعَامِ الْمِسْكِينِ. He doesn't go forward to feed the destitutes. And then he says, فَوَيْلٌ لِلْمُصَلِّينَ. Many of them, woe to those who pray, but they don't pay attention to the goals and the ends of their prayers. So my friends, the third point, search for someone who's a real Muslim, real believer, not phony, not someone that pretends to be a Muslim, but he's not a Muslim in practice. That is the third point. What is the fourth quality that you must look for? The fourth quality, try to find a family person, a person who sanctifies and values and appreciates family. There are some people who want to get married, but they don't appreciate the meaning of family. They get married, but they treat their partners as if they are still single. They hang out with their friends. Many marriages ended in divorce because he got married rather than being with his wife, tending to his family, to his children. He wants to spend time with his friends. In the marriage, you have to dedicate the prime time for your family. You have to sit and talk to your family. I know some parents in this country and other countries who have very successful businesses. They make millions of dollars a year, but their families are shattered. I know them personally. I've seen their children. Why? Because the father is married to his business, not to his wife, to his business. His business is more important. His shop, his tijara, is more important to him than his family, than his children. He makes money, but he loses his children. And he doesn't know what he's losing. He thinks that he's making a profit. He doesn't make time to talk to his children. Fatherhood is a responsibility, my friends. Big responsibility. A father is not just a breadwinner. A father is a teacher, is a mentor, is a leader in the family. What is more important than food and clothing? Akhlaq and manners. If you are a father, you have to teach your children manners, not just bringing food. Bringing food does not end your responsibility. You have to bring mercy. You have to bring compassion. You have to bring akhlaq. You have to bring humility. Same thing if you are a mother. Some mothers think that they have to, just cook food, clean the house. Your role is much bigger than that. Your role, you give life to your family. You are the glue that sticks the family together, unites the family. You have something that is not found outside. You have atifa, compassion, love. They need your care. They need your love. They need your manners. I know of a man who was always busy. He never made time to meet his family. He never made time to communicate with his children because his business was more important. The day the son was growing, his children were growing. They don't have a father figure. They go to school. They see other parents dropping their kids to the school, coming back after school to pick them up. Okay, they take them to holidays. They spend time with them. They dine with them. They play with them. And this family, the father is always absent. Always absent. Why? Because I am busy with my business. One day, he comes back home. His son did not go to bed. It was late. The father leaves early morning, comes back late in the evening. So the son was waiting for him. Son, who's 12 years old, he said to him, Baba, how much money you make an hour? The father said, $50, $50 an hour. The son took from his saving $50. He said, this is $50. I want you to spend 1 hour with me. I need to see you. I need to talk to you. I need to see my dad. I don't see you. Money is not everything in this life, my friends. Don't lose your children because of money. Your priority are those children here. Those are the leaders. Those are the leaders of this society. Don't lose them. They need their parents. They need you at home. Sometimes you have to cancel your appointments, your work, your interviews to rush to your son and your daughter. Spend time with them. Spend quality time with them. This is the beauty of this life. وَالَّذِينَ يَقُولُونَ رَبَّنَا هَبْ لَنَا مِنْ أَزْوَاجِنَا وَذُرِّيَّاتِنَا قُرَّةَ أَعْيُنٍ Chapter 25, Surah Al-Furqan. The righteous, the virtuous say, Oh God, bestow upon us from our families children who are a cause of comfort for our eyes, for our hearts. So you have to spend time. So you have to marry a family man who puts family first. Now, my friends, let me say this. I know our parents are very important to us. So before you get married, you can spend time as much as you want with your parents. But when you get married, you have a partner, you have a human being with you. You cannot abandon your wife because my parents are more important. You cannot abandon your husband and your family because your mother is more important or your father is more important. You have to strike a balance here. I've seen some people who abandon their own kids, their own wives, because I want to be with my parents. This is wrong. You have to share your time. Your parents are important, definitely, no doubt about it. But your family has a right upon you. You should not leave them. I know friends are important. We all need friends. But your family is more important than your friends. Your family first, your friends second. Don't spend Saturday night up to 3 a.m. on Kerry Miles with your friends and your wife is waiting for you at home. Don't do this. I respect those of you who sometimes tell me, Sayyid, I have to go home because I have a wife. I salute him. Barakallah. You have a wife. You have a responsibility. It's a moral responsibility. It's a moral responsibility. You have taken a wife from her parents' house and you made a pledge to maintain her, to make her happy, to satisfy her, to protect her. You cannot abandon her. So a family man, a family woman who really sanctify family. Family for them is important. Not someone who has been forced to marry. Many of these marriages end up in divorce. You know why? Because their son was forced by his parents to get married. He didn't want to get married. Leave him alone, parents who are in this room. I know we have to encourage our children to get married, but don't force them. Don't force them. Don't put a pressure on them. If they are not ready, leave them alone. Maybe next year. Maybe the year after. Maybe 2050. Whatever they want. Because when you put a pressure on them to marry someone and they don't like it, they don't like marriage, or they don't like that person, it ends up in disaster. And you are responsible. The mother is responsible. The father is responsible. Don't put a pressure on them. They have to appreciate marriage. They have to like marriage. They have to be ready for it. Marriage is a lifetime commitment. Lifetime commitment. Marriage is a full-time business, not part-time business. Full-time. You have to be psychologically ready, not just physically. Some people think he's 22, he has urges, his urges kick in, so let's find him a wife. This is not right. Your mind has to be ready. Your soul has to be ready. You have to be ready to accommodate, to be patient, to be sacrificing. Marriage is based on sacrifice. If you are not ready for sacrifice, please don't get married. Don't do that. And then we come to the fifth point. The fifth point, stay away from arrogant people. If the one who's asking for your hand, he begins telling you, I have this much money and that much money, and this is my house, this is my mansion, this is my car, this is my business, tell him, ma'as salama, bye. Go and find someone else. Tell him, I am not for sale. Because some people come, I know, he takes the car of his friend, it's not his car. Okay, fancy car, he borrows it, and then he goes, he takes her on a date. She thinks that, well, he has a fancy car, 100,000 pounds. After that, she finds out that he's an Uber driver. With all respect to Uber drivers. This is not good. Stay away from arrogant people. Arrogance destroys your life. You cannot get along with someone who thinks he's superior. He's better than you. His race is better than you. His financial status is better than you. His father and his mother are better than you. You can't stay with that person. Believe me. Stay away from them. Arrogance is the most despicable disease. And who was the first arrogant person? Shaitan. What led him into damnation? Shaitan used to worship God. What led him into damnation? One sentence. One sentence, small sentence. أنا خير منه. I am better than Adam. He was racist. He was arrogant. أنا خير منه. خلقتني من نار وخلقته من طين. I'm created from fire. He's created from clay. And fire is better than clay. Only one sentence led into his damnation. So the mother of all ills is arrogance. You can't get along with an arrogant person. Unless you are arrogant yourself, they can get along. But if you are a humble person, you cannot stay with someone who's arrogant. He puts you down always. He would never appreciate you. He would never even respect you. You are always, always indebted to him. You have to serve him. Humility is a beautiful trait, my friends. If you want to enjoy your marital life, be with a partner that you enjoy marriage every day. Be with a person who's humble. Humble. You really taste the beauty of this life, the joy of this life, when your partner is humble. When your partner does not, even if he's more knowledgeable, okay, even if he's wealthier, even if he's more intelligent, but he doesn't tell you that he's better than you. He doesn't behave in a way that you feel he's better than you. He's humble. Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam, our role model for the husbands, for the men, was the most humble person at home. Sometimes he does the chores at home. He does the dishes. The Prophet came one day, he saw Imam Ali is cooking, cleaning. He said, Ali, you are a role model for all husbands. So, be with someone who is humble, my friends. Characters are important. The personality of the person is important. Because all our behavior stem from where? From my character. I represent my character. When I speak, when I walk, when I behave, when I establish a relationship, friendships, I'm translating my character. So look for the good character. What else do we need to say here? Also, one of the things that are important, don't overlook them, is education. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, العلم رأس الخير كله. Ilm, knowledge, education, ma'rifah, awareness, intelligence, learning is the fountainhead of every goodness in this life. And my friends, marriage is all about conversation, all about communication, all about sharing your aspirations, your thoughts, your stories, your dreams with your partner. And if you are not compatible, if she says something you don't understand, you don't get it, or you say something she doesn't understand it, you're going to have a problem. Because don't think that marriage is about physical gratification only. Physical gratification, what is it? Whatever it is, satisfaction is necessary, but it's not unlimited, it is limited. We have a desire, then you have intimacy, and it's over. So how do you spend the rest of your marriage, the rest of the day, the rest of the night? You have to have compatible with each other. Compatible in education, in understanding. Intellectually compatible with each other. Intelligently compatible with each other, not just physically. Not just physically. Because these things, intellectuality is unlimited, has no limits. So take care of education. Encourage each other. Even after marriage, my friends. Even after marriage, we can learn, we can study. Some husbands can sacrifice, take care of kids, let the wife go to school, finish her higher education. Sometimes the wife have to sacrifice because her husband is studying. Help each other. Education is important, my friends. What else is very important too? What else? Is to be a hard-working person. Lazy men are not going to satisfy their wives. Lazy men, lazy husbands are not going to be good role models for their children. God created us for work. God says in this life, if you don't work, you get to nowhere. You get nothing. وَأَن لَيْسَ لِلْإِنسَانِ إِلَّا مَا سَعَى. Sa'i means work. You have to work. You have to work in this life. You have to go out. You have to contribute. The husband and the wife not only serve their families, they have to serve the community and the society at large too. You have two families, your immediate family, your wife and your children, and your extended family. Those people are around you, your extended family. You have to serve them too. You have to provide for them. I know many husbands and wives, very good husbands and wives. They are really compatible. They are a good match. The husband donates, the wife helps him, encourages him. Ahsant, may Allah reward you. We have to help this family. We have to reach out to that family. We have to save this family. They enjoy life together. Both of them are giving. Both of them are generous. Both of them are thoughtful, kind. So look for someone who shares these ideas, these values and principles with you. So my suggestion and my advice to sisters, do not marry someone if he's what? Stingy. Stay away. If he's stingy, stay away. As I said about arrogance. For me, my friends, for me, listen to this sentence. For me, I prefer I prefer someone who is non-believer, okay? He's not mu'min, non-believer, but he's humble and generous, to someone who claims to be believers, but he's stingy and arrogant. This is the spirit of the hadith. The hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves the person who is generous even if he's kafir. Can you imagine? And he hates someone who is stingy even if he's a Muslim. Because at the end of the day, it's your behavior, not only your thoughts. Your behavior, how you conduct yourself, how you treat others. And the Prophet says, the stingy man, the stingy person, ba'idun anillah, ba'idun anil nas, he's too far away from God, far away from people, and far away from paradise. And the generous, qareebun min Allah, close to God, close to people, and close to paradise. So be careful, this is your choice. This is your choice. Don't make the wrong choice. And then we come to the last thing about the qualities of your partner. He or she has to be physically and mentally and spiritually healthy. And therefore, if someone drinks alcohol, even if he's the most intelligent, even if he's the most famous person on earth, stay away from him. This is the hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Don't give your daughter to someone who is alcoholic. He doesn't want to quit. Same thing with drugs. If someone does drugs, stay away from him. And let me add something, and forgive me if I'm not trying to offend anyone. If you want to marry someone, put a condition, that person has to quit smoking. Has to quit smoking. It's not healthy. Neither is it healthy for your family at home, for your children. So these things are important, my friends. Allah says you have to maintain good physical health, good mental health. If someone is angry, make sure that you don't marry him if he is angry, unless he goes for anger management classes. Put a condition. He has to graduate and get the certificate. Now he's a normal person, then you may marry him. Because anger is a problem, my friends. A person who's angry, Imam Ali alayhi salam says, anger is madness. When someone is mad, he can do anything. He can hurt you physically. He can hurt you mentally, emotionally. So stay away from these things. Now we come to those who are married, and I will spend a few minutes with you. Those who are married, you have to maintain your marriage. You have to work on it. Marriage requires sacrifice, my friends. Marriage requires daily improvement, daily maintenance. One of the things that maintains marriage strong is forgiveness. The spirit is of forgiveness, not the spirit of a grudge. When something happens between the husband and wife, they have to forgive each other. If they are not willing to forgive, they will end up in the court. So if you want to preserve your family, your children, you have to be willing to forgive. We learn this trait, this equality from God. God says, once you ask me, oh Allah, forgive me, I'm willing to forgive you. But are you willing to forgive your partner, your brother, your sister? Forgiveness is very important. The second thing is communication. We need to have time to talk about everything, to discuss everything. Don't keep it in your heart. You have to communicate. Good communication, quality communication with your partner. Spend the quality times together. Once in a while, you have to take your wife on a second, third, fourth honeymoon. Honeymoon is not only one trip. Every year you have to have a honeymoon. I'm serious. I'm serious. You have to have a honeymoon. Your marriage has to be refurbished, re-energized. Your relationship has to be re-energized. So you have to take some time. You have to take some time away from the kids. Ask your honorable mother-in-law to take care of the kids a few days. Take your wife somewhere, southern Spain, southern France, wherever there is sunshine. I'm serious. I'm serious. You have to do this. People of Manchester, you need sunshine. Come to California. I am willing to host you. Then if we have a problem, if we have a conflict, let's say we have a conflict, the husband and the wife, they have a conflict, and it's natural to have conflict and disagreement. It's very natural. What do? We are not finding a solution. He's insisting on his views, she's insisting that she's right, and they have argument every day. What do we do in this scenario? It's found in the Quran. The answer is in the Quran. فَابْعَثُوا حَكَمًا مِنْ أَهْلِهِ وَحَكَمًا مِنْ أَهْلِهَا إِنْ يُرِيدَ إِصْلَاحًا يُوَفِّقِ اللَّهُ بَيْنَهُمَا. Send an arbiter from his family, an arbiter from her family. It could be one person, not necessarily two. They agree upon one person who has experience, who has taqwa, piety, who has maturity, who is not biased, to reconcile between them. You have to find a third source, a third party, a third person. Go and ask that person and see what he says, what she says. You have to work it out. Marriage is about reconciliation. Marriage is about teaching each other and learning from each other. We learn in the institution of marriage. This is a very sacred institution. You know what God says? God says, don't waste your time, go left and right, searching for peace of mind, searching for safe haven, searching for psychological shelter. I teach you where is the psychological shelter, where is real happiness. خَلَقَ لَكُم مِّنْ أَنفُسِكُمْ أَزْوَاجًا لِتَسْكُنُوا إِلَيْهَا. We need this shelter. We need emotional shelter. Life is very troubling outside. And the institution of marriage is the institution of sheltering you emotionally, psychologically. If you are troubled, if you are upset, this is what we read in the history of Lady Zahra alayha salam and Amir al-Mu'mineen. Imam Ali comes back home tired, exhausted. He comes back sometimes from the battlefield wounded, all over blood, all over his body. The moment he looks at the face of Fatima al-Zahra alayha salam, he gets refreshed. He gets energized. He smiles. Illuminating face of Fatima alayhi salam. Beautiful face, full of noor. I can see these faces sometimes, men and women here. Why do we go back 1400 years ago? Some of you, bright faces. You can see the iman in your face. It doesn't come free because you maintained your piety. The more you have self-control, if you see something in the street, you cast down your eyes, you don't look. Though yourself, your nafs says, don't miss it, beautiful scene, just look at her, look at him. You say no. God says, I will show you my beauty. The spiritual beauty. And I can see some of these beautiful Nurani faces around me. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. This is why we get married. This is why we need marriage. To support each other. Emotionally, psychologically, spiritually. It's an institution of love, institution of stability, institution of peace. Take care of it, maintain it. Strengthen your marriage. Tonight, make a vow with Allah. Say, Ilahi, I came to the session of Imam Hussein on the night of Abu al-Fadl al-Abbas alayhi salam. Because I want to protect my family. I want to be a good father, better father, more responsible father, a better mother, a caring mother, caring wife. Make this vow and work on it, and you will enjoy. You will enjoy your marriage. Marriage is ibadah. One day the Prophet turned to his companions. He said to them, "O my companions, O my community." Because they asked him, "Ya Rasulullah, who's close to you? Who can sit next to you on the day of judgment? The one who pays more money, more prayers, more fasting, more charity?" He gave them the answer on the pulpit. He said, أَقْرَبُكُم مِّنِّي يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ أَقْرَبُكُم لِأَهْلِهِ. If you are closer emotionally, religiously, you are closer to your family, then you will be closer to me on the day of judgment. And then he said, and I am your teacher, I am your example. وَأَنَا أَقْرَبُكُم لِأَهْلِي. Among you, I am the nearest one to his family. I'm close to my family. I respect my family. My family enjoy me. You know, when the Prophet, sometimes his wives, they would argue, struggle among themselves to get the Prophet for only extra minute. And nowadays, I see women, when the husband comes home, she runs away. She goes to London. The other day, one of the sisters was saying, my husband is arriving today from an overseas trip. I'm leaving him the following day because we don't get along. Another lady was telling me the only time we smile, me and my kids, is when the husband leaves the house. When he leaves the house, we start, smiling, laughing, relaxing. This is not a family. This is not an institution of growth. Al-Abbas alayhi salam became a phenomenal hero. Why? Because of his father and his mother. Because of his family. Because of the upbringing. Because Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam, he invested his life to produce the best family, the best children, the best daughters. Otherwise, he was only 33 years old. Many of you today are older than Abu al-Fadl Abbas. He was only 33. And he had many choices ahead of him. The gates of opportunity were wide open for him. He could do anything in Medina. But he said, I'm going to accompany my brother Hussein alayhi salam. I'm not going to leave him alone. I am responsible. I have a responsibility. Istiqamah. In his characters, there are many good things. But the most prominent thing in his character, his istiqamah, steadfastness, uprightness. Imam al-Sadiq says to him in his ziyarah, Ashhadu annaka, I bear witness. This is the testimony of our sixth Imam. Ashhadu annaka lam tahin wa lam tankul. You are not overpowered by weakness. When you decided to go, you were determined. You did not change your mind later on. Because some people in the beginning, they are very excited, enthusiastic, but halfway through, they lose that power. They change their mind. Al-Abbas, from the first moment when he realized Imam Hussein is going to Karbala until the last second before his martyrdom, he didn't change his mind. He was determined. This is my destiny. And then on the eve of Ashura, he didn't know about this story. I told you the story the other day. He only knew about it on the eve of Ashura. Zainab came out of the camp. She said to him, Ya Abul Fadl, I have a story to share with you. Story, important story. He said, of course, my sweetie Zainab, my lady Zainab, my master Zainab, I want you to share your stories with me. She said, my father prepared you for this day. He married your mother al Baneen because of this day, the day of Ashura. You are predestined. You have been designed and prepared and intended for this day to stand with your brother Hussein alayhi salam. Al-Abbas alayhi salam, he was looking at the camp. He saw his brother Imam Hussein is becoming increasingly beleaguered. The voice of children, the supply of water was cut off. 48 hours. From the 8th day, no more water in the camp of Imam Hussein. The weather is hot. People are thirsty. Children are thirsty. So they started screaming, Al-Atash, Al-Atash, Al-Atash. We are thirsty, we are thirsty. Al-Abbas, with his magnanimity, with his chivalry, with his courage, he could not hear these voices. So he kept coming to Imam Hussein. My master, Sayyidi Aba Abdullah, please allow me to go to fight. Imam Hussein will turn to him and say, Akhi Abul Fadl, my brother Abul Fadl, Anta qa'idu liwa'i wal alama min askari. You are the landmark in my army. My army is very small, 70 people. You are the standard bearer. You are the commander. If you go, my army is going to be dismantled and destroyed. No more leader in my army. Then he came to him again. He said, Sayyidi Aba Abdullah. He came to Imam Hussein several times on the day of Ashura. Several times, seeking permission to go to fight. And every time Imam Hussein says to him, no, you can't go. Because Zainab is happy. When she sees Abbas standing outside, she feels peace. She feels that she's secured. No one can reach her. No one can hurt her whenever she looks at Abbas alayhi salam. So he said, you can't leave. Until he came the last time. He said, Sayyidi Aba Abdullah, I can't take it anymore. Allow me, please allow me to go and fight those hypocrites. I can't take it. Look at the children. They are filling my ears with the noise, with the cry of Atash, Atash, thirsty. I can't see this anymore. I can't take it. He said, then if this is the case, I will allow you to go only and bring water for the camp. You don't go and fight because I need you to the last minute. He said, of course. He took the skin water container and he rushed to the bank of the Euphrates. The soldiers of the enemy, they surrounded him from all sides. They realized that Abbas is the commander. So now he's trapped. So let's destroy him before he goes back to the camp. Hundreds of fighters, soldiers, they surrounded him from every direction. But he was able to disperse them all until he reached the water line of Furat, the banks of the Euphrates. You know the water, my friends, fresh, running. Abbas did not drink water for 2 days, was very thirsty. Imam al-Sadiq said the hearts of Abbas was like the charcoal, burning charcoal, out of thirst. So he stretches his hand into the water, into the river, and he brings the handful of water to his lips, to his mouth. Suddenly he remembers he made a pledge. He said, I'm not going to drink unless I bring the water for the kids. You know what he did? Here you know Abbas is a great man. Here we know that he's a phenomenal leader because of the strength inside him, the pledge he made. The ahad, he made a covenant with the kids, with Lady Sakina, with the rest of the camp, with other women, that I'm going to bring you water and you have to drink first before me. So he released the water. Allahu Akbar. No person would do that in his life ever. Only Al-Abbas alayhi salam. He remembered the thirst of Imam Hussein, the thirst of Lady Zainab, the thirst of Lady Sakina, the thirst of the baby Abdullah, Ali al-Asghar, only 7 months old. He said, I can't drink the water. I would not even enjoy the water. And then he started reciting this poetry, powerful poetry. يا نفس من بعد الحسين هوني وبعده لا كان أن تكوني هذا الحسين وارد المنون وتشربين بارد المعين. Nay, I am not going to drink this water, though I am very thirsty, but I am not better than my master Hussein alayhi salam. I made a pledge with the kids, with the women, with the rest of the camp to bring them the water today. I'm not going to enjoy my life after my master Hussein alayhi salam. So he filled the skin water container. He's filled it with joy and he was heading back towards the camp. Ya mu'mineen, ajarakum Allah. They surrounded him from every direction. One of the criminals, the soldiers, laid for him behind a tree when Abbas was so happy that he has the water. Eventually, after 48 hours, now he has water for the kids. When Al-Abbas alayhi salam was passing behind him, he assaulted him with his sword on his right arm. He severed his right arm. Abbas alayhi salam grabbed the skin container with his left arm, and he said, Wallahi in qata'tumu yamini. If you sever my right arm, I would still defend my religion, defend the truth, defend the household of the Prophet, defend my master, Imam Hussein alayhi salam. والله إن قطعتم يميني إني أحامي أبدا عن ديني. I would still continue defending my religion. I would not give up. You cannot weaken me. وعن إمام صادق اليقين. I am defending the Imam, the most truthful, the successor of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Then a moment ago, ya mu'mineen, another enemy, another soldiers were laying out for him behind another tree. When Abbas passed behind him, he assaulted the Imam Abu al-Fadl with his sword on his left arm. Ya Abbas wa sayyidah wa imama. He lost his left arm too. He stood there in the middle. He didn't know what to do. No arms to fight, to defend himself. While he was standing, another arrow came and pierced the water container. The water splashed right before his eyes. So now he has no sword. He has nothing to fight with. He has no water to take to the camp. What should he do? While he was standing there, the rest of the army started raining him with their arrows from every direction. One arrow pierced his eyes. Allahu Akbar. Another soldier approached him with an iron rod. He smashed it on the head of Abbas. أين المنادي وعباسا وسيداه. He fell to the ground. Once he reached the ground, he cried out loud, Sayyidi Aba Abdullah, my brother Akhi Hussein, I want you to rush to me, to come to me now. Hussein alayhi salam left the camp, was rushing to rescue Abbas. He was dispersing the army left and right until he arrived near the head of Abbas alayhi salam. But Hussein could not speak out of pain. He could not say anything. Abbas alayhi salam was laying on the ground. He could not see because the blood covered his two eyes. He felt that there is an army soldier coming to behead him. So he put him to oath. He said to him, Uqsimu alayk, I put you to oath. Do not sever my head until my brother Hussein comes. I need to speak to him. I need to hug him. Suddenly he heard the voice of Hussein saying, Akhi Abu al-Fadl, I am your brother. I am Hussein standing next to you. Imam Hussein cried, Al-an inkasara dhahri, Akhi Abu al-Fadl. Right now my backbone is broken. He took the head of Abbas into his lap. Abbas removed his head one time, and then another time Hussein took the head of Abbas into his lap. He removed it. The third time Hussein said to him, Akhi Abu al-Fadl, why don't you allow me to keep your head in my lap? He said, now you are taking care of my head. Who's going to take care of your head? Wa Husseina, wa Imamah, wa Sayyidah. He said, I have one request. Please leave me here. Don't take me back to the camp. I am embarrassed of Zainab. I am embarrassed of Sakina. I don't want to go empty-handed because I promised them. While Hussein was watching him and comforting him, Abu al-Fadl Abbas said, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. And he breathed his last. Imam Hussein stood weeping, wiping his tears. He was bending down. When Zainab alayha salam saw Hussein coming without Abbas, she screamed, Wa Abbasa, where is my brother? You are alone, Ya Aba Abdullah. She left the camp, the tent. She said, I want to recover Abbas. At least allow me to recover his arms. Inna lillah wa inna ilayhi raji'un.
Hay Abbas, hay Abbas, hay Abbas, ya 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 Abbas. Ya Abbas, hay Abbas, ya Abbas, hay Abbas. يا عباس جيب الماء نسقينا 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 يا عباس جيب الماء نسقينا
زهرا جايان داسرا غازي زهرا جايان داسرا غازي ہوئے چے جگہ تو حسین چھنیا ہوئے چے جگہ تو حسین چھنیا پھر بھی پورا نہ مل سکا غازی زہرا جایاں داسرا غازی ہائے زہرا جایاں یا زہرا اے شمر رج رج حسین کو مارے اے شمر رج رج حسین کو مارے جانتا ہے نہیں ریا غازی زہرا جایاں داسرا غازی ज़हरा जाया दासरा गाजी पढ़ो नियाज़ हुसैन ज़हरा जाया चे जगह तो हुसैन छुनियाए है चे जगह तो हुसैन चुनियाए फिर भी पूरा ना मिल सका गाजी ज़हरा जाया दासरा गाजी ज़हरा जाया दासरा ज़हरा जाया दासरा गाजी ज़हरा जाया दासरा गाजी ज़हरा जाया दासरा गाजी ज़हरा जाया दासरा गाजी ज़हरा जाया दासरा किवें जावांगी शाम ते खूफा 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 वेखो महमल ते आबा गाजी Zahra Jaya Dasra Ghazi 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 Zahra Jaya Zahra Jaya Dasra Ghazi Zahra Jaya Dasra Ghazi Zahra Hay hoya Karbal te vich juda Ghazi Zahra Jaya Dasra Ghazi Zahra Hay Zahra खेमे जलते रहे ओ आदि रही 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 शिम्र तुहाड़ के बचा गाजी ज़हरा जाया दासरा गाजी ज़हरा जाया दासरा गाजी ज़हरा जाया दासरा गाजी ज़हरा है होया करबल ते विच जुदा गाजी ज़हरा जाया दासरा गाजी है ज़हरा है चे जगह तो हुसैन चुनी आए 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 फिर भी पूरा न मिल सका गाजी ज़हरा जाया दासरा गाजी ज़हरा जाया दासरा गाजी ज़हरा जाया दासरा गाजी ज़हरा जाया दासरा गाजी है होया करबल ते विच जुदा गाजी ज़हरा जाया दासरा गाजी या ज़हरा है शिमर रज रज हुसैन को मारे 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 जानता है नहीं रे गाजी ज़हरा जाया दासरा 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 हाय ज़हरा हाय मेरी चादर खुदा दा पर्दा है हाय मेरी चादर खुदा दा पर्दा है मेरी चादर की तू बका गाजी ज़हरा जाया दासरा गाजी ज़हरा जाया दासरा हाय मेरी चादर खुदा दा पर्दा है 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 मेरी चादर दी तू बका गाजी ज़हरा जाया दासरा गाजी ज़हरा जाया दासरा गाजी ज़हरा जाया दासरा गाजी ज़हरा जाया हाय होया करबल होया करबल होया करबल दे विच जुदा गाजी ज़हरा जाया दासरा गाजी ज़हरा जाया दासरा गाजी ज़हरा जाया हाय ज़हरा सिर तो ज़ैनब ते लह गई चादर 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 जदू मकतल नु टुर पे आ गाजी ज़हरा जाया दासरा गाजी ज़हरा जाया दासरा गाजी ज़हरा जाया दासरा गाजी ज़हरा जाया दासरा गाजी ज़हरा जाया हाय होया करबल होया करबल होया करबल ते विच जुदा गाजी ज़हरा जाया दासरा गाजी ज़हरा जाया छे जगह तो हुसैन चुनिया है 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 फिर भी पूरा ना मिल सका गाजी हाय शिमर रज रज हुसैन को मारे शिमर रज रज हुसैन को मारे जानता है नहीं रे गाजी ज़हरा जाया दासरा गाजी ज़हरा जाया दासरा गाजी ज़हरा जाया दासरा गाजी ज़हरा हाय होया करबल, होया करबल, हाय 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 ज़हरा जाया दासरा गाजी, ज़हरा जाया है किवें जावांगी शाम ते कूफा, 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 देखो महमल ते आबा गाजी, ज़हरा जाया दासरा गाजी, ज़हरा जाया दासरा गाजी, ज़हरा जाया दासरा गाजी, ज़हरा जाया दासरा गाजी। हाय होया करबल, होया करबल, होया करबल दा गाजी, ज़हरा जाया हाय मेरी चादर खुदा दा पर्दा है, 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 मेरी चादर दी तू बका गाजी, ज़हरा जाया दासरा गाजी, ज़हरा जाया दासरा गाजी, ज़हरा जाया दासरा गाजी, ज़हरा जाया दासरा गाजी। हाय होया करबल, होया करबल, होया करबल ते विच जुदा गाजी, ज़हरा जाया ज़हरा जाया हाय शिमर रज रज हुसैन को मारे, 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 जानता है नहीं रे गाजी, ज़हरा जाया दासरा गाजी, ज़हरा जाया दासरा गाजी, ज़हरा जाया दासरा गाजी, ज़हरा जाया दासरा गाजी। हाय मेरे अब्बास के परचम को उठाए रखना, मेरे अब्बास के परचम को उठाए रखना, मेरे अब्बास के परचम को उठाए रखना, मेरे गम शबीर की कंदील, गम शबीर की कंदील जलाए रखना, मेरे अब्बास के परचम को उठाए रखना, मेरे अब्बास के परचम को उठाए रखना। है बिन्ते ज़हरा को नहरों ने दिया लोगों ने, बिन्ते ज़हरा को नहरों ने दिया लोगों ने, गम के दरियाओं को आंखों, गम के दरियाओं को आंखों से बहाए रखना, मेरे अब्बास के परचम को उठाए 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 रखना। हाय गम शबीर की कंदील, गम शबीर की कंदील जलाए रखना, मेरे अब्बास के परचम को उठाए रखना, मेरे अब्बास के परचम को उठाए रखना, मेरे अब्बास के परचम को उठाए रखना। हाय खाक पे सोएगी ज़ैनब तो ये मर जाएगी, खाक पे सोएगी ज़ैनब तो ये मर जाएगी, अपने सीने पे सकीना, अपने सीने पे सकीना को सुलाए रखना, मेरे अब्बास के परचम को उठाए 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 रखना। है गम शबीर की कंदील, गम शबीर की कंदील जलाए रखना, मेरे अब्बास के परचम को उठाए रखना, मेरे अब्बास के परचम को उठाए रखना। तुझसे वादा है ये ज़हरा का ये जन्नत तेरी, तुझसे वादा है ये ज़हरा का ये जन्नत तेरी, हर जगह मातम के हलकों, हर जगह मातम के हलकों को बनाए रखना, मेरे अब्बास के परचम को उठाए 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 रखना। सलवात बर मोहम्मद व आले मोहम्मद।